All right, I've been really, 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 really busy this week. But I told you that this was going to be Patreon week. I'm definitely going to go hard. I'm starting the storylines for the VIP, also for the sponsor, and I'm going to try to do at least like 2 or 3 Florida videos. I'm going to try to do all these things. I think that a lot of people have commented and are correct that I tend to overpromise because I'm a piece of shit and a bitch. And a punk. Oh my god, you hear the chainsaw? That's Karina. She's murdering her neighbor right now. She's like, fuck that bitch. No, that's the gardeners. Not our gardeners, the landlord's gardeners. But and that's why I tend not to record videos in the day. I record them at night because there's so many outside noises that really like interfere with my ability to have clean audio. Dogs barking, Nico screaming, uh, you know, um, Karina moaning because she's sticking cucumbers in her mouth. And then you hear, there's typically landscape work being done. Also, there's a lot of work that's done. It's like my landlord's doing work on the property. So that's why people are like, well, why don't you just record in the day? It's because of shit like this. It's constant noise. I live in a small little guest house. It's really hard to get all that ambient noise out. And I'm a bitch. You know what I mean? So like when you combine my bitchness with the outside noise, I have no cock. So let's get into the story. This is my Chomo story of Florida. Definitely too hot for YouTube. This is a crazy story. So anyway, where we were last time, I had met these 2 girls at the Devil's Rejects. I met them at the movie theater, and they went to go bum a cigarette off me. I gave them a cigarette. They said that they could get me into a free movie, and I ended up going to see Devil's Rejects. And while the hardcore rape scenes were going on, I was like, we should kiss. This shit's pretty whack. Let's make out instead. No, I said, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? She's like, yes. I'm like, if you're my girlfriend, we got to make out. God, isn't that noise distracting me too? But it doesn't matter. If I don't do it, then I can't post multiple videos in a day. So anyway, I end up making out with her, and her friend are there from New York. They're like, they're on a family vacation. They come to Delray Beach or Boca Raton. I don't know. It's like all the same area. I forget exactly where this particular part of it took place because I bounced around to so many different sober livings. But basically, they came there every summer as part of their family vacation. So at the end of the night, I walked them to their townhouse where they were staying. They asked me if I could get them crippity chronic. I actually said that. They're like, how could you say that with a straight face? Like, oh yeah, I had a really great time in the Devil's Rejects. It was just such a fun movie, especially the part where that really bad, fucked up rape scene was happening in the hotel room. And then there's the part I really liked where he cut off the chick's face and he wore it as a mask. It was pretty dope. I don't know. Did you think it was dope too? I was like, bomb. Well, anyway, do you think you can get some crippity chronic? Like, who the fuck talks like that? So anyway, my plan was just to burn this chick, you know? Then the next day I was like, because they wanted to meet at the skate park the next day, I was like, what else do I have to do besides, meet up with these girls? Especially because one of them thinks she's my girlfriend already. And by the way, these girls told me that they were 18. They told me. So I go out the next day. Remember, I'm living in a sober living, 2-bedroom apartment with some chef. I don't even remember his name. Let's just call him Chef. But then I think of like Isaac Hayes, like South Park Chef, like, oh, jiggity boo. And that's like not what kind of image. This was like some like kind of overweight white guy. Like, hey, what's up? I'm Chef. That was like more like how he was. He wasn't like like, yo, we be fucking on the down low. Like it wasn't that kind of chef. So I don't want to like get the imagery kind of like mixed up. But anyway, so that day I go out, I leave our little apartment, and I run into TJ, the wannabe black guy, but he's a drug dealer. And I ask him for, hey bro, you got any crippity chronic? He's like, I got something worse. He didn't talk like that, but you know what I mean? And he brought me in his car and he gave me $100 worth of, probably more than that, probably about $150 worth of China white heroin for $60. So I used their money that I was supposed to get the chronic for, to the crippity chronic, to get China white heroin. Now, I hadn't done heroin for a while. Remember, at this halfway house, I was like basically buying swag. How do you say that in other parts of the country? Is it not mids? I don't even know. Like, you know, in different parts of the country, they say different shit. There's like commercial bud and like mid. I don't know. California is just all good bud, you know, also in the Pacific Northwest. But in other parts of the country that I've been at, they have like these different like weird levels. And I'm sure if you're not from California or the Pacific Northwest, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's like really shitty like pencil shaving weed. There's mid like kind of like BC bud, kind of looks like hay. And then there's like crippity chronic. And crippity chronic comes with glitter. No, I'm just kidding. But so anyway, these girls wanted like high-end bud. And when this guy, and I've been smoking like this shitty weed that I was scoring in the ghettos. This was like a fake ghetto, you know, it was like the most whitewashed black guy I've ever had. And he was like, had like the trench coat with the watches with like dime bags of weed. I'm like, damn, that's all you're selling is weed? He's like, yeah, fool, it's tough out here. And so I just started smoking weed, and somebody had commented that, because I said I was drinking a lot of Mickeys out there. I was drinking a lot of Mickeys, but he said that they don't have 40s out there. I don't really remember, but to serve my memory, I'm pretty sure that I drank 40s. But he said that they don't have those in Florida. And then I Googled it, and there aren't 40s in Florida. So, I mean, once in a while I get little details like that fucked up. But I drank malt liquor. Let's just say that. If it was in a tall boy, a 32 ounce, however I was getting it, I drank malt liquor and I smoked shitty weed. So meeting this guy, TJ, who would come to be part of the Mike Virgin story, and we'll get to that, and Megan will talk about him because she got to meet him too. He was like a real, like the heroin I was getting before that was like in these little like pill capsules, and it was like completely low grade bullshit heroin. When I met TJ, you guys are like, why is he sweating? I'm actually sitting on a spiked pickle. I just kind of wiggle and it scratches my asshole. No, it's like 100 degrees and our air conditioner is broken. And I've never been able to properly explain myself in this climate. I look really weird right now, huh? I look like a fucking crackhead. But yeah, that's sweat, and it's just really, really hot here. So anyway, you know, I've been doing bad heroin with TJ, or before TJ. Now, like, it used to be like this brown powder. There's just garbage. Now I met him, and he was selling high quality China white heroin. And this is like before fentanyl took over, where it's like not real. This is like the real deal China white. I buy it, $60. He gives me his phone number, gives me probably like $100, $150 worth. I hadn't done high quality heroin for a long time, and he gave me some needles. I brought them back, and I went to my 2-bedroom apartment where I lived with Chef. And when I got there, I looked for spoons, couldn't find them. So I used the ice tray to mix up the China white, which just liquefies when you put water, because any drug like cocaine, crystal meth, heroin, those are all water soluble. So you know it's good where you just put water on it and it liquefies. If you put water on shards of crystal meth and it just goes into some oily like liquid, you know it's good. Cocaine, same shit. Heroin, same shit. Even if it's black tar, really good quality black tar, you really don't have to cook. You just put the tar in water, and it will probably takes like 10 minutes, but it will just turn into like a pretty like light brown liquid. China white, you don't really have to cook. It looks kind of like diluted urine, you know, like an off yellow. So I mixed it up, in this ice tray because it's the only thing that I could find. He didn't have a spoon. They didn't have like the bottom of a can. You know, the usual suspects weren't there. So I drop in this ice tray. I shoot up, and I think I went out. I think I overdosed right there. Maybe not. Who knows? I know that I wake up and I'm in the kitchen where I had done the shot. My pants are around my ankles. I still have boxers on. I remember there are these like snowman boxers that my mom used to buy me, like probably from like 8 to 19 or 20 that I was now. And like people, like girls would always make fun of it, but some girls would be like, oh my God, that's so cute. So I kind of just like started wearing them still when I was like 19, 20 years old. Because my mom didn't realize that like at that age, those were no longer like acceptable forms of underwear because I was fucking frequently, and girls would take my pants off and be like, snowman, what the fuck? Or some girls would be like, snowman? Bomb. That never happened. But so I woke up and I looked down and I just see my snowman boxers, but my pants are to my ankles. No explanation of why. I'm just in the kitchen, like I nodded out onto the counter. Pretty sure that I overdosed because I felt heavy. And whenever I've overdosed a few times. So when you go out on heroin, you go into respiratory arrest. You get shallow breathing. You're like, and you start like color starts just kind of like dissipating into this like fish scale, like almost translucent, like fish scale color, if you know what I mean. Ominescent. Is that a word? You know what I'm trying to say. Ominescent, I think. I don't know if that's a word. If it's not a word, then it still looks like that. So it's like this weird, like it's almost like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's your color goes away. You get pale, but it's almost like lightly holographic. Like there's like, I don't know. It's a very, very, very particular look. That's what like it looks like when you go out. You're still in respiratory arrest. You have shallow breathing, and sometimes you just die. That's it. That's the end. Bye. You're dead. Sometimes people shoot you up with Narcan, or they put Narcan nasal spray up your nose. It's an opioid antagonist. You come out, you're like, oh my God. And you're like dope sick. That saves you. The adrenaline shot in Pulp Fiction is complete bullshit. I've been a heroin addict for 20 years. I've never seen that. I've never seen someone be like, okay, draw a circle on her chest. Stab her. Bullshit. Harpoon her with this. Get my little black medical book. Bullshit. So, you know, I've overdosed, I don't know, 10 times, 11 times throughout my life. And there's been times that I've overdosed. Like, I think this particular time I've overdosed in front of Karina where I'm like, I shot up fentanyl by accident. I'm like, and like, as soon as I shoot up, I'm like, oh my God, Karina, I'm overdosing on fentanyl. Call 911 and tell them I'm overdosing on fentanyl. And then I just like fall out. So there's like a window with fentanyl for whatever reason where you know you're going out. Real China White does not do that. You do too much and you just go out. You go into respiratory arrest, but you can come back. Every time that that's happened where I've gone out, I think I've gone out because I will wake up out, you know, from a state of unconsciousness, and I'll feel heavy. I'll feel dragged down, sort of like in a fog. Bad headache. It feels like a hangover, but it's very gloomy. That's how I felt. No explanation of why my pants are down and why I'm kind of like hunched over on the counter. Chef's not there. I'm like, and as soon as I come to, that's why I think I overdosed, because, you know, I went unconscious, which is common. If you do heroin, you nod out, you come out and like you into this like blissful dream state. But sometimes you overdose and you don't realize it. You go into respiratory arrest and then you just kind of like come back to earth naturally, and you feel this way. And that's how I felt. And as soon as I came back to, I was standing there, felt like shit, and I just go bleh, projectile vomit. Very common with heroin when you're not used to having a habit and you do heroin, or if it's like your first time and you don't have experience with it, you projectile vomit. So I start projectile vomiting, and it's like this very powerful clear projectile vomit. And it's like just water like spewing out of me like a fucking hose. And I'm like, and now in this like half conscious, very strange state, I'm like, I still want to meet up with my girlfriend. My girlfriend, this girl I met the night before. Even though I don't have the crippity chronic, but so I go and I'm like trying to skateboard to the skate park. And I had like a Discman on, and I think I was listening to Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. I remember, and I was like barely able to do it, like one eye open. I'd have to stop periodically and projectile vomit. I'm like, you know, Florida's just full of like old people, and they'd be like, and I'd like, you know, they all think that we're like young satanic skateboarders, and I'd be like, you know, like freak them out. And just see this like rabid dope fiend projectile vomiting. So I make it to the skate park. No crippity chronic. I don't even know what. Yeah, I gave it to my friend, and he'll meet up with me later. I see the girls, and they're all like, "Hey, so good to see you." I'm like, "Hey." And they're like, "Damn, are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm so baked." And they're like, "Oh, that's so funny. You look so high." I was like, "I am so high." Like, my girlfriend puts, I don't even remember her name. She puts her arm around me, and she's like, and like, we are like kind of like walking around the skate park. Now, she introduces me to her brother. And she's like, "Hey, this is my twin brother." Forget what his name was, but seemed cool. He's like, "Hey man, I'm so and so. I'm her brother." I was like, "All right, cool. So you guys are twins?" He's like, "Yeah, we're pretty close." I was like, "Okay, cool." And so like he's pretty good at skateboarding, and I'm watching him skateboard, and periodically I'm having to go projectile vomit. Now, I don't want to projectile vomit in front of the girls and in front of the guy, so I'm just like I'd be like, "I gotta take a piss," and I'd run full speed to the bathroom, like the public restroom, my hand over my face, and like be like, and like puke would like splinter out of my fingers. Like I wouldn't make it sometimes, and I just, and like kids at the skate park would be like looking at me like, "Wow, what's up with this guy?" And I'd be like, "I'm so wasted." They're like, "Okay." It's like 10-year-olds saying this shit to me. And so I'm kind of hanging out with these two girls, and her twin brother, and who is also there, you know, for the annual summer vacation in Florida. Hold on. You guys are a little more forgiving to my Wellbutrin addicted nose. Oh, jeez. What if my nose just like comes off? Like I'm like doing a video and the whole nose just like, it's like a Mr. Potato Head nose. It's like, when it's like all just like gore. I'm like, "Hey, no, I swear to God, I haven't snorted anything. It's just my potato nose fell off." God, it's just painful, man. And I have a deviated septum. It sucks. It's getting worse and worse. So anyway, so I'm hanging out with these girls and her brother. Of course, I tell the girls, "Yeah, the weed's coming. It's like I had to, you know, it was South Siberian sour buds. It's being like dropped off by like a slingshot gun, like from the Key West, and it's gonna land in approximately 6 hours on the beach." Like saying that it would be there the night. I don't even know why I was hanging out with them. I think that's just a testament to how much of a fucking loser I was. I had nothing better to do but to go hang out with these girls and her twin brother at the skate park. And like, I'm not bad at skating, and I'm like trying to like I'm like drop in on the skate on the half pipe, which like it's a mini ramp. I go up and I try to do a rock and roll and just fucking fall. I like get pitched to the flat, and I remember I like fell right on my head. I hit it really hard, like against the ground, and it just kind of like came open, and blood was like everywhere. But I was so loaded that I was just like, ugh. And I don't know how they didn't like realize. I mean, I just didn't have experience with heroin addicts. I mean, who does at that age? I was like an anomaly to be like 19 and that fucking strong. I'd already been doing heroin for like 3 years or something at that point. And you know, so most people aren't around heroin addicts until probably their like their early 20s or like, you know, your mid 20s or whatever. But so they tell me that they want to hang out that night, and they're like, "Hey, can you get liquor?" I'm like, yeah, I got a fake ID. And they're like, so dope. Can you get us like some Malibu spiced rum? I was like, for sure. So I hang out with them like throughout the day. Finally, they have to like go home and get ready for the night. And so I'm going to meet up with them and we're going to drink. Now, what I mean, I live in a sober living. Like, I can't bring them back there. That's like one of the bigger rules about this place is like you can't have girls over. There's a curfew. You get drug tested. I was already fucked because I was smoking weed all the time, but I was using the 30-minute, oh, it's in my system for 30 days thing to like try to weasel my way out of it. But the heroin, how do you explain that? Oh, I must have done it like a couple weeks ago and it's still showing up. I mean, you can't really explain that. So I go home. I don't get drug tested or anything. I see Chef. He's like, "What's up, bro?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing." I was like, "Hey, can you get any chronic?" And he's like crippity chronic? I was like, "Yeah, that." He's like, "Nah." I'm like, "All right, whatever." So I go to like take a shower, and he like while I'm showering, he's like, "Hey, how much of that crypto do you need?" And I'm like, "An eighth." He's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Why? Can you get it?" He doesn't say anything. So I get out of the shower and he had already left. And he just left an eighth in a Ziploc bag just on the counter of like good crippity chronic. I was like, what the fuck? Come to find out later that he sold weed. He just didn't like want me to know it. Like he was in culinary arts school selling weed at the sober living, I think because probation was making him some shit like that, whatever it was. So now I have the weed. So I go and I skateboard down. This was in Delray Beach, yeah, because I had to skate down to like close to the beach and like on Main Street, I think is the main street there. I'm not sure. I think it's called Main Street. Whatever the case, I skated like all the way down and I met these girls at like the bottom of the street, like where the beach met. And they're with two guys that are like maybe like a year younger than me, pretty much like same age as me. These are the lamest guys I've ever seen. You know what kind that I'm talking about. They have like, like the it's that Street Fighter character where like he has like the flat top. He's like what is it, Kyle or some shit that he wears like blue fatigues and like like the spandex wife beater, like one gold hoop earring, the little tribal tattoo, like right, like the bracelet, the one tribal bracelet tattoo, but they don't have it on the side that hurts. It's just like right here. What's up, dog? The guys that listen to like what kind of music, like Panic at the Disco, shit like that. Well, not back then, but like you know that kind of person. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why? I don't say this, but I'm looking at them like, why would these guys be here? Like, I thought I was going to get laid. That's what I thought. But it's going to drink, have sex with these girls. Well, girl, not plural. And that was going to be that. That was like my plan. I have a backpack. I have like a blanket and like a condom in it. It's like so like so sleazy. I'm all like still loaded as fuck from just doing that one shot earlier in the day. I'm still in the same like weird like cross-eyed condition from the last time that they saw me. And like these like guys are like too cool for school. Like one sleeve, one side rolled up. What's up with like the little tribal band? What's up, dog? I was like, oh no, nothing. I heard you have fake identification. Sounded like a straight cop. I'm like, oh, see where this night's going. So I end up going to the liquor store. I get the Malibu rum for the girls, and I get them, I don't know, some sort of beer. Go out. We end up getting in their car. So they drove. Like, little like red Honda CRX or something. I don't remember. Not that, but some car like that. Something that had like enough room for all of us to be in there. So I'm sitting in the back seat with the girls, and these guys are like really trying to sound cool. They're like, yeah, I went sailing pantless today with my uncle. The girl's like, really? Like, you could tell the one that I'm with, her friend was like really into these guys. She's like, really? Pantless sailing is so fucking dope. I've never even heard of people doing that, but it just sounds dope. And they're like, it is pretty dope. Listen to this new alternative rock song. Check this out. And they're like singing along to it. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, whatever. So I'm like kind of like nodding out. I'm barely conscious. And this girl's like wearing these little like booty shorts, but like, you know, made out of like sweat material. And like, I'm so high, I'm like barely able to do this, but I like stick my hand like in her shorts and I'm like fingering her like right there in the back of the car. And she's like, ah, just like making noise. I'm like, shh. And it just looks ridiculous. You know, I'm in this car with these like two like straight lames. I'm in the back seat with these two girls. I'm fingering one of them, and then I'm in the middle, already sick, and I'm just like trying so hard not to puke and fingering her at the same time. And at one point, she's like, "I am so this is the most turned on I've ever been. So fucking dope." I'm like, yeah. So anyway, we end up going to the beach. We drink. We all do. Now I drink as well. No, I'm already sick. I'm already super loaded on heroin, and that's just like throwing fuel on the fire. And after that, the guys are like, where should we go? We have to be home by like 10:30. We can probably push that shit to 11. I'm like, no way, bro. That sounds pretty hardcore. They're like, whoa, like, unless you have a place we could crash. I'm like, I do. It's just me and my roommate, Chef. And they're like, that's hella cool. All right. Like, you hear them like get like, you know, they both get on like their phones and they're like pacing. They're like, hey mom, yeah, I'm gonna stay at Roger's house. And the other guy's like, mom, I'm gonna stay at Mikey's house. Like, you can tell they're just like completely like their parents dictate their lives and shit. And I mean, not how old they were. They're probably like 18 or something. Kind of ridiculous. But so we end up drinking more. I'm getting sick. We're at the beach. A couple times I have to run to the water and like puke in it. It looks just so ridiculous. And then I like wash my mouth out with like salt water, and I come back and like her and I will make out, even though I just like puked in front of all of them. They're getting progressively drunker. Can you say that? Drunker. They get more drunk. We end up, they're like, okay, we really like should go to your pad now. And I was like, well, we can't go until my roommate goes to work. He's a chef. He leaves like around 10 o'clock. They're like, fuck, what are we going to do? I'm like, I don't know. There's a baseball field like right by my sober living, or I didn't say sober living, but right by my apartment, that we could go chill at, maybe drink a few more beers. They're like, all right, sounds cool. We can for sure stay at your place though. We already told our parents that we were going to stay somewhere where we were going to stay at each other's houses. So it's kind of necessary. I was like, oh yeah, for sure. Thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, go to the baseball field at this little park where I used to smoke blunts. Lay my blanket down, fuck the girl that I'm hooking up with, and then somehow like run back to my sober living to make it like for like my 10:30 or 11 curfew, whatever it was. So we end up going to this park. Me and the girl that I'm hooking up with go for a walk. We have sex like in the middle of the baseball field on my blanket. I'm like, I was like, hey, do you want to have sex? And she's like, 100% I do. I was like, all right, cool. And she's like, but where? Like on the grass? I was like, nah, I got a blanket. And I was like, you know, I was like, well, I just happen to have a blanket on me. That's weird. I don't know. I definitely didn't plan this whole night out. Hold on. I like take it out and have like a foldable lawn chair. I'm like, here, we can sit in this lawn chair together when we're done. Oh, and here's like different condoms. Here's some lubrication. She's like, wow, you're really prepared. I was like, yeah. Like, here's my pocket knife with a compass. She's like, wow, it's so dope. I was like, it is pretty dope. So we end up fucking. And I mean, It's whatever. It was like 15 years ago, probably more than that. If I was 19 and I'm 34 now, I'm so bad. Okay, 11 years would be 30. It's like 16 years ago or something. That's probably not even right, but whatever. I suck at math. So, I mean, it wasn't that good. I don't really remember it. I just remember we fucked on this blanket, and then I was like, wow, I really like that. She's like, I love you. I was like, I love you too. I gotta go pee, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna sit in the foldable lawn chair. I was like, okay, cool. There was really no foldable lawn chair. I'm just making a joke, but there really was a blanket and everything. I kind of just left her on it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go pee. So I like walked off like into the shadows, and, like acted like I was gonna pee, and then I just took off, just like bolted, like hit and run, like yeah, cool. I got laid from these like girls from New York, and I'll never see them again. Who cares? And that's that, right? I think that that's that, but that's not the end of the story. So I go to sleep, and I guess that I had a cell phone at that point. I don't know. Somehow I did though, because I remember what happened the next day. So the next morning, I'm like checking my voicemail, and this was like a long time ago, where like your voicemail is like not like it's like not visually represented. It's not like on your iPhone where like you have all your voicemails and you can like click on them and like it'll play and like the little bar thing will go by. This is like back when like you had to call your voicemail, and like it would like your cell phone would automatically call your voicemail, and it'd be like, you have 9 unheard messages. To listen to your messages, press 1. Press 1. And it's one of the guys. He's like, you piece of shit. You ditched us. We have nowhere to sleep. We're going to sleep in our car tonight. You're a piece of shit. And I'm like, oh my God, how do these people have my number? Next one, same thing. They're getting like progressively angrier. Like, I can't believe you did this to us. You're a piece of shit. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? And so I was like getting really concerned that they had my number. They probably left like 12 or 13 messages. I'm like, Jesus Christ. The last message, this is the one that really like fucked me up. The last message is, I forget what his name was, but it was the girl's brother that I'd met at the skate park. He's like, hey, brother, this is so-and-so. I'm so-and-so's brother. I don't know, remember their names. We got a major problem here, bro. I don't know how old you are, but my little sister is 15. And you took her virginity, and then you just ditched her. That's illegal. The fact that she's 15. And now she's heartbroken, and you're like her first love. And if this goes unsettled, I will call the police. I was like, what the fuck, 15? I was like, I was thinking like maybe they were below 18, maybe like 17, maybe, And like at the time I was like 19, And first of all, I have never in my life ever had sex with a girl that was underage, ever. And like fundamentally against it. And like the next day, I like thinking back, I was like, so like, I hope that girl was 18, but I like didn't really think much of it. Like that was like my first thought, like coming out of like my heroin, it was like all like waking up, like foggy, confused. And then I get this message, and basically he's telling me that like, if I don't make this right, that they're going to like call the cops on me for like being a chomo. I was like, what the fuck? I like my whole, it's like going your whole life like with like a moral of like not snitching, and then like you snitch, and then like you wake up the next day and you're just like, oh my God, what did I do? Or like you're like not gay, but like you go out to a bar and you get wasted, and like some guy's like, hey man, we should go home, and you're like, and you like don't even know what's going on, and then he's like, hey, let me butt fuck you, and you're like, yeah, for sure. You wake up the next day and you're like, oh, I'm gay, what the fuck? Or like this, and you wake up the next day and you're like, oh fuck, I'm a chomo. What am I gonna do? I'm already like on the run from fucking the battery that I had in California when I ran out of that courtroom. So I was like, fuck, I need to address this. So I end up calling her, right? Because he gave me he's like, this is her number, her name. I think it was Sarah, I want to say. Probably not, but let's just say for the sake of the story. I was like, Sarah, it's Ryan. She's like, yes. And I was like, hey, I'm really sorry about last night. She's like, you're so mean to me. And I'm like, yeah. And I like go into this whole thing about like her virginity and like how it's special and how it should be with someone you love. And like, I do love her, but like I was really intimidated by these guys because I thought that they might beat me up because they had like really cool spandex wife beaters and like a flat top. And she's like, what? She's like, you didn't take my virginity. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, no, you didn't take my virginity. And I was like, well, how old are you? And she's like, it doesn't matter. And I was like, she's like, I just want to see you again. That's it. I was like, okay. She's like, meet me at the skate park. I was like, okay. So I'm like, kind of confused. I don't know if her brother lied to me, but he did say my younger sister, when I was introduced to them or to him at the skate park, he was introduced as her twin brother. He told me that I took her virginity and then she was 15. I was 19 at the time. I was either 19 or 20. I think 19 though, pretty sure. So two things already aren't adding up. So I'm like starting to think, I'm like, okay, maybe they're just trying to get revenge on me for what I did, for the hit and run. Maybe I shouldn't go to the skate park. Maybe they're just trying to like, maybe I'm going to an ambush. But I just couldn't live with myself, you know, like to go your whole life being like, I got butt fucked because some dude tricked me at a bar. I was drunk and I told the police where I got my kilos. Fuck all that. No, then you have to live with yourself the rest of your life. I'm gay. I'm a snitch. I'm a child molester. I don't think like you would talk like that, but that's like your conscience. That's like the piece of shit part of your conscience, like manifesting into something. So like, no. I was like, well, should probably go to the skate park and just kind of see what's happening. I can't go the rest of my life thinking I'm a chomo. And I even had this thought waking up, like I said, like I woke up and I was like, I don't know, like guys, the whack car, how to buy them beer. They had to call and like ask their parents like permission to just sleep over somewhere. Doesn't sound like 18 to me. And those were the guys. So I was like, oh, what are the girls? And now how did they look? So hard to tell, you know? Especially at that age. And it's like a weird thing because like 19, you know, a 17-year-old is illegal, but they can look the exact same age or older than you. 15 though, that's really bad. You know, I had no idea what I had done, you know, but like I knew that I had to actually go to the skate park to face it. So I end up shooting more heroin before I'm like, fuck it, if I'm going into an ambush, I may as well be high as shit. Shoot up in the ice tray again. This time I don't wake up with my pants to my ankle. By the way, I never figured out what happened with that. I don't know if Chef like came in and I was like, OD'd, and he's like, CPR, and like try to give me CPR, and then like that didn't revive me. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna butt fuck this fool real quick. All right, I gotta go to work later. And then I'm just like standing there OD'd in with like my snowman boxers on. I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility, but that's not the issue at hand here. The issue at hand is that I'm thinking I'm a chomo, or that at least it might be a possibility, and I'm not too happy about it. And shooting heroin doesn't even make me feel better about the whole thing. I'm just feeling bad about it because I hate chomos. And yes, sleeping with someone, even statutory rape, unacceptable. Like I'm not cool with that. I've had a couple friends go down for shit like that, and we're not friends anymore over it. And I think that that's a scumbag thing to do. So I go to the skate park. Hi. I get there. I see her, and she's like, "Hey." She's like sitting on the bench, like all sullen, and she's like, "Hey." Now this time I'm not projectile vomiting. I'm just nice and like cozy high. But I must have looked like I'm in like pretty much the same state except not puking. Like hey. And she's like, you really hurt my feelings. It wasn't too dope what you did. And I was like, I'm really sorry. I was like, those guys that you were with really scared me. They seemed pretty hardcore. and I'm a bitch. And she's like, you're not a bitch. You're my boyfriend. And I was like, I am. Kiss her on the cheek. And she's like, let's make out. I was like, no. And she's like, why not? And I'm like, because you're underage. She's like, what? I was like, yeah, that's what your brother told me, that you were 15. She's like, I'm not 15. And I was like, let me see your driver's license. And she's like, okay. She's reaching into, like, she's got this, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a little backpack like that. It's not a purse, but it's like a backpack like that big. She goes in to grab her wallet, and I'm sitting there like, oh, okay. Well, she's going to show me an ID. She's not 18. Okay, I'm cool. All of a sudden, I'm like sitting there talking to her. She's going into her shit, and I just get dope fiend from the behind. I get beat up, and I don't even really know what's happening. It's like happened so quickly and like from behind me that I don't really have a chance to see what's going on. All I know is that I like curl up in a ball, like just to defend myself, because I'm getting hit by multiple angles. I'm getting jumped, which happened to be in high school a couple times. So like I knew exactly what that felt like. And it happened to me in county jail in Santa Barbara once. Before all this, before Florida. So did I ever tell you that story where like I was supposed to give that dude the meth, and then like I found it in my sock, and then I just snorted in the shower, and I snorted it all, and then they like pulled me off a bed and jumped me, and I woke up in the infirmary. Anyway, I'd been jumped, so I know what it felt like. So I'm getting hit by like multiple angles, and they're like, you piece of shit. And I'm looking up, and I'm getting pelted by skateboards, which hurts like a motherfucker. Like I'm getting hit with like the wheels, and they're like, blah, blah, and I'm just getting hit. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, like fighting back is completely futile at this point. I'm just like, beat up and keep getting pelted with the wheels. And I basically get my ass handed to me by these guys. And it's like a group, it's like her brother and a group of his friends, like, you fucking piece of shit, you fucking stupid man whore bitch, you just prey on women or what? And I'm just like, no. And I'm looking up, and he's just like spits on me, and I'm just like, fuck, I'm leaking too. Like I'm fully, and you got to remember, the day before that, I had fallen skateboarding at this place, and I hit my head when I was trying to drop in on the half pipe. So when they like were like beating me up, that shit came back open, and head wounds just like spray. It looks like doesn't even look real. It's just like, like it looked like a horror movie, like leaking in blood. And she's like, stop. She like grabs me, and she's like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, he's a piece of shit. She's like, but I love him. And I'm just like, I'm a chomo. And she's just like, look. She shows me her ID, and it's a New York ID. And I'm like barely looking at it. And I'm looking at the date of birth. And it's like 1986. And I'm like, she's 18. Holding her like that, and she's like, you guys need to get away from him. And they're like, fuck that guy. And like, just these skater punks. I mean, really, if I had a little sister and some dope fiend like the day before, I'm like, watch me drop in on this half pipe, and I'm like one-eyed open, like trying to drop in, and then I like fall, and it's just like obvious that I'm on like seriously heavy narcotics. If that had happened to me with my sister, and then that same dope fiend just like fucked her at a park, and then it's like, I gotta go pee, and then just like bolted so he could get home to make a sober living curfew, I would have been pissed too. But she was not 15. That guy basically tried to blackmail me into thinking that, to get me to the skate park, saying that he'd call the cops if I didn't come. Him and his friend, I already knew that, because I'm like, I think I'm pretty street smart, and I'm like pretty like intuitive. I don't know. I did go try to get my ex-wife's a box, and that wasn't very smart. But I kind of knew that it was coming, but at the same time, it was like, if I went the rest of my life without like addressing that, I would just feel like a piece of shit. I wouldn't be able to, that's the one and only time that I have ever been in a situation even close to that. And that freaked me out so bad from that point forward that I was like a straight weirdo. I was like, okay, hold on. I got this consent form that I got printed out. Hold on. Let me see that. Yeah, let me take a photocopy of your identification. cool. No, I wasn't that hardcore, but I was definitely like more conscientious of it at that point. And so like I'm sitting there, she's holding me, she's like, I love you. And I'm like, I'm leaking. My head's just like open, cut up everywhere. I probably like, if I really like look, I have scars I've been beat up so many times in my life. I could probably like tell you exactly like, let's see, it's probably like, I don't know, scars everywhere. That's from federal prison when I got fucking beat up by Jack right there. That one is when I got jumped by a black dude and he hammer fisted me. I don't know if you can see that. It's like right here. That happened in Orange County. I don't know. I got shit on my chin. It's from jail. But yeah, I got scars like all, oh, that's a good one too. That's from like somebody's ring and like split my shit open. I'm like, ah. But yeah, so she was like holding me, she's like, I love you. I was like, I love you too. And story keeps going and going and going and going. But like basically that's how I met her, and that's how I got jumped for thinking that I was a choma. Thank you for listening to my piece of shit life. One more installment. Thank you very much. Palabra.